Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Inside the large ship, a giant silver snake sat on the throne with its eyes half closed. His tail was winding around the edge of the throne, and the tip extended to the palace hall. In the palace sat 12 universe masters from the demon race, and this time, they had been sent here for the war. They had been preparing for the upcoming war. The silver snake gave a sidelong glance. All 12 universe masters followed his gaze. The wall of the spaceship couldn't block the sight whatsoever. They immediately saw 3 palace-type valuables appearing in the dark sky in the distance: a spaceship, a pyramid, and a palace. "Boat of Mausoleum," said Dream Demon Master. "It's a human." "Humans," the universe masters screamed. "The humans dare to emerge first." Humph. The dark sky outside the giant spaceship was like an endless ocean. Suddenly, time and space waves were formed in the dark sky. The twisted time and space formed powerful shock waves that shot toward those 3 palace-type valuables again and again. The Black Pyramid and the ancient palace immediately hid behind Boat of Mausoleum. The shock waves hit Boat of Mausoleum, but it was pretty stable. It wasn't affected when it was hit by all the supreme beings in Flame Ice region. The space and time waves were like nothing to it. Space and time waves hit the boat repeatedly while the 3 palace-type valuables resisted them like stones among the waves. "Look, Luo Feng. It's that Dream Demon ancestor." Inside Boat of Mausoleum, Ice Mountain Master, Longyang Master, Huang Jian Master, and Remote Lord Master were all looking at the outside, holding their breath. So was Luo Feng. In the dark waves, a blurred, giant silver snake gradually appeared. It extended as if it ran through the entire sky. To the horror of everyone, it looked more than a light year long. "That Dream Demon ancestor is so huge," said Remote Lord Master. Huang Jian Master said coldly, "Dream Demon ancestor has the supreme true treasure dream scale to protect him. Normally, great beings wouldn't endlessly extend their bodies, as it would significantly weaken their defense. However, she is a universe supreme master with an incredible godly body. It was suppressed by the original universe, so she only showed the godly power 10,000 times stronger than universe masters. Besides, she has a supreme true treasure armor. With those 2 things combined, she can change his godly body however he wants." Ice Mountain Master squinted. "It seems that she wants to annihilate us all together." "Let's go," said Luo Feng. He teleported to the gate of Boat of Mausoleum. While fighting for the inheritance of Duandong River, he couldn't teleport in the boat. However, Luo Feng was the owner now, so he could use all the functions in the boat, so he could easily teleport. The gate opened, and Luo Feng stood at the gate. He took a look at the sky. The silver snake was a light year long, and it rammed the boat. Its giant head hit the ship while the universe masters of the demon race showed up. A being showed up beside the palace behind Boat of Mausoleum. It was Penggong Master. "Luo Feng," he said. "I'll fight him first." Penggong Master was holding Yang Jun Rod, which was black and purple. There were complex engravings, while there was armor, a pair of boots, and a helmet on Penggong Master's body. Penggong Master was powerful, and he dashed at that giant Dream Demon ancestor after an angry roar. Dream Demon ancestor's gigantic body raced toward the 3 palaces. On top of its head was the spaceship where 12 universe masters of the demon race gathered. "Look, the humans came out. It seems to be Penggong Master. He's too arrogant. Does he really think he alone can fight our Dream Demon ancestor? He's seeking death." The 12 universe masters gathered and looked at the fight in relief. They were fairly confident they would win this battle. After all, they had a universe supreme master. First, they would let Dream Demon Master show what she had. After all, if they meddled, Dream Demon ancestor might be upset. Penggong Master spun Yang Jun Rod. Yang Jun Rod quickly expanded and became 100 million kilometers long from tens of thousands of kilometers long. The head of Yang Jun Rod was incredibly powerful, piercing through layers of space, hitting Dream Demon Ancestor's body, piercing through layers of space. Dream Demon Ancestor screamed, exclaiming, "A supreme true treasure." The head of Yang Jun rod stung the giant body of Dream Demon Ancestor. Its body trembled and dropped back, but it wasn't hurt. "I can't believe you humans still have supreme true treasures, a supreme true treasure I've never seen." The giant snake's head looked down at Pengong Master, its voice resounding. "Though you have the power of a level 6 top-tier universe master, it means nothing. The original universe will suppress any power stronger than that. Even supreme masters can only exert the power of the top-tier 6th level. However, my body and my true treasure armor can protect me from attacks much stronger than that, not to mention attacks of the 6th level. These attacks can't kill me in the original universe." Ha ha ha. The humans didn't care about that at all. It was true. It was indeed impossible to kill a universe supreme master in the original universe. However, the real target of the humans in this war wasn't universe supreme masters but universe masters. Kill. Kill. Luo Feng, standing on boat of Mausoleum, and Darkness Master, in the Black Pyramid in the distance, spoke. That meant the other two teams started. Bigger. 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 The Black Pyramid kept growing. Instantly, it turned into a giant black pyramid 3 light-years tall. Compared to that, Dream Demon Ancestor was like a thin silver snake. That black pyramid crushed toward the giant silver snake. "Supreme true treasure," Dream Demon Ancestor said in a shocked voice. "Another supreme true treasure." The 12 Universe Masters were all stunned. They were thrilled that Pengong Master had a supreme true treasure. Now, they were horrified. How had the humans gotten 2 supreme true treasures so easily? And one of them was a palace type, the most valuable kind of supreme true treasures. Palace type true treasures usually had the ability to seal, and with supreme true treasures, one could adventure through more places in lands of extremis. They were very precious. Black Prison Tower. It's Black Prison Tower. How did the humans get Black Prison Tower from Easter Emperor Holy Land? Dream Demon Ancestor couldn't believe what she saw. She didn't think of it as a big deal when she saw the Black Pyramid. After all, lots of valuables had the shape of a Black Pyramid. However, there was only one supreme true treasure in the shape of a Black Pyramid, Eastern Emperor Black Prison Tower. Dream Demon Ancestor grew incredibly greedy. "No matter how you got that, we of the demon race want that Black Prison Tower." Black Prison Tower pressed down, causing Dream Demon Ancestor to back away. At the same time, she gave an order, "Demon race, attack. Get the 2 supreme true treasures." The 12 Universe Masters of Demon race were all excited after receiving the order. "Yes, Demon Ancestor. Yes, Demon Ancestor. We've been waiting for this moment for too long. 2 supreme true treasures. With these 2, our power will be greatly strengthened. The human race is indeed exceptional. Kill. 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 Get them all. Prohibition Master, Skywolf Master, and Yumo Master. All the Universe Masters from the demon race roared. They all looked different, representing various clans of the demon race. They teleported at the same time and rushed toward the battlefield. The 12 Universe Masters acted at the same time. The 12 Universe Masters arrived at the battlefield instantly. Just when Pengong Master and Darkness Master were fighting Dream Demon Ancestor, they attacked Pengong Master. Magic Vine. 9 Sectors of Heart. Extinction Fire. Some spiritual force weapons were attacking by winding, and there were illusion attacks and soul attacks. There were also huge blades, axes, and claws. The 12 Universe Masters cooperated and attacked, especially under the suppression of the original universe. They were more terrific than a Universe Supreme Master. "We're waiting for you." Darkness Master, Luo Feng, and Pengong Master were in different places, yet they were all sneering. Dark Sinking. The Black Pyramid spread endless black engravings, covering the vast area, as well as the 12 Universe Masters. Luo Feng, who hadn't acted, opened his wings as well. The golden light covered an area of 10 square light-years, and his pinnacle domain-type true treasure Snow Sand Ocean was used as well. White sand floated in the sky. The white sand and the blurry golden light were combined and formed an incredible bond, binding the 12 Universe Masters. Golden Country and Snow Sand Ocean. When they two were combined, They immediately repelled all the pinnacle domain-type true treasures. There weren't any domain-type supreme true treasures, so the combination of Golden Country and Snow Sand Ocean were invincible. Boat of Mausoleum immediately became bigger and charged at the 12 Universe Masters. The 12 Universe Masters from the demons who were just filled with fighting spirit and confidence were instantly dealt repeated heavy blows. The lofty black pyramid that was suspended high up in the air unleashed bouts of black ripples that unfolded and dispersed toward them, and these black ripples easily penetrated through their armor and reached within their godly bodies to start exerting influence over their souls. What is happening? It seems like no more strength. Willpower. I cannot focus my willpower. Prohibition Master and the rest of the Demon Universe Masters knew they were in trouble. This technique of sinking into the darkness was a move meant for attacking a group, but because it was attacking all 12 of them at the same time, it could not cause them to sink completely. Yet with their entire bodies feeling void of strength and their willpower unable to focus, even if they were to consume their godly powers and battle on with gritted teeth, the power they could release seemed to be only half of what they actually exerted. No fighting spirit. Willpower is under the influence. In such a terrible form. They were all feeling awful when an endless golden light and snow-white grains of sand floating about started to appear within a region of 10 light-years around them. If sinking into the darkness was influencing their willpower and souls on the surface, causing them to fall under an extremely great influence, then this combination of Golden Kingdom and Snow Sand Ocean would be a material attack that placed a gigantic restraint over them. It was as though countless ropes were encircling the Universe Masters, binding every single one of them. It's a domain. That's Luo Feng's domain. Why does he still have his silver wings? I thought his silver wings got lost when he was in the 9th deep abyss. How is it possible that now? Luo Feng's wings were still around, yet, the domains of these Universe Masters were easily oppressed and crushed. Within this region of 10 light-years, everything fell under the influence of the countless icy cold, snow-white grains of sand floating in the golden light. Under this restraint, their powers were further reduced. Sinking into the darkness and restraining the domain were two moves that suppressed the average power released by the 12 Universe Masters to only 30% of their battle power. Among them, although Prohibition Master's willpower had reached the level of a Universe Supreme Master where the influence over him was smaller, he could, at most, unleash 60 to 70% of his power. As for the others who were weaker, like Skywolf Master, the power they could release was left with only 10 to 20%. Pengong Master and Darkness Master, your troops will jointly attack those 12 Universe Masters. Luo Feng performed a voice transmission instantly through his domain. Leave Dream Demon Ancestor to my troop. All right. Pengong Master and Darkness Master responded right away. Luo Feng stood at the front deck of the gigantic boat of Mausoleum and dashed toward the 12 Demon Universe Masters without further ado. Dream Demon Ancestor was growling and roaring as it swung its body against Black Prison Tower in its attempt to stop Darkness Master from using the move sinking into the darkness, but at that very moment, Luo Feng, Dream Demon Ancestor's huge snake's head looked at the fast-moving boat of Mausoleum and knew the situation was bad. The 12 Universe Masters from its clan were already under extremely strong influence. If even it was being laid siege by Luo Feng, Pengong Master, and their troops, would that not mean they were finished? Get lost. It had a mighty, massive body, and because it was so humongous, it could easily attack Black Tower Prison, Pengong Master, and the boat of Mausoleum. With a single wave of its tail, it swung and whipped the boat of Mausoleum. Come on. Standing on the deck of the boat, Luo Feng's eyes lit up. Where it was originally charging toward the 12 Universe Masters, the boat of Mausoleum suddenly changed course in another direction. The boat of Mausoleum suddenly started to expand from 100 billion kilometers to 1 trillion kilometers. In an instant, it had expanded to a size that was comparable to Dream Ancestors. Previously, in Flame Ice region, when the 5 true masters of the Divine Eye clan utilized their supreme true treasures to form the attack technique Eternal True God, Luo Feng also expanded the boat of Mausoleum quickly and used it to defeat Eternal True God. This boat of Mausoleum was an automaton treasure from the ancient civilization. In terms of dynamism and dominance, it was a notch stronger than normal supreme true treasures. A gigantic vessel and a large silver snake, both were around the size of 1 light year. Two massive creatures were colliding against one another amidst the silent, starlit sky. Roar! Dream Demon Ancestor yelled, but she was quick to realize that pitting strength against the boat of Mausoleum was pure stupidity. The speed of the boat of Mausoleum was not the least bit affected, whereas her massive silver snake body was sent flying into the distance, belly up. Dream Demon Ancestor suddenly let out a furious shout. Luo Feng! When the boat of Mausoleum was expanding, Luo Feng had suddenly vanished and charged toward the 12 demon universe masters in the distance. With a huge pair of silver wings outspread, like a dazzling, sharp blade screaming through the air, he charged toward the 12 universe masters with murderous intention. Luo Feng had originally planned to make use of the boat of Mausoleum to deal with Dream Demon Ancestor. However, he saw that Dream Demon Ancestor had no plans to shrink into a smaller body. Instead, she seemed prepared to confront him head-on with that massive body as her way of resistance, so Luo Feng simply changed plans and charged toward the other 12 universe masters, leaving only an avatar of himself that was sustained by his godly power to control and navigate the boat of Mausoleum. The boat of Mausoleum was an automaton vessel, so it was very easy to control. Duandong River had died long ago, so now, a mere virtual consciousness was able to control the boat of Mausoleum. Furthermore, Luo Feng only needed to use part of his godly power to control it. Even so, the power that it unleashed was certainly not to be underestimated. 12 demon universe masters were instantly overcome with desperation. Sinking into the darkness and restraining the domain, Penggong Master, Luo Feng, and Darkness Master were charging toward them in the open. Yet who knew when the other human universe masters laying ambush in the dark would take action while the three were dealing blows to them? The opponents had supreme true treasures, and that black prison tower, in particular, could keep them sealed and suppression. Quickly! Take cover in here! Into the boat! The 12 demon universe masters did not dare to make any reckless moves. Immediately, all of them hid in the huge vessel. Ancestor! 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 All 12 universe masters immediately pleaded for help. If they were up against the humans 1-to-1, they were certainly not weaker in comparison. Who would have expected the humans to have a supreme true treasure? This put them in a disadvantageous position, which had resulted in them being placed at the losing end right at the very beginning. Roar! From afar, Dream Demon Ancestor, who had been on the losing end from the start, pitted against the boat of Mausoleum, raised its snake's head and screamed out in rage. It was clear that being caught in a fight with the boat of Mausoleum was a silly move, so merely after a single exchange of blows, it reluctantly changed its strategy and shrank its godly body speedily. From as large as 1 light year, it rapidly transformed into a silver snake that was 10,000 kilometers long. Previously, it had taken up such a large form because it thought it would give it an edge over its opponent, that its massive size could suppress the entire troop of great beings from the human race. Then it could get the 12 universe masters from its clan to join forces and sweep out the entire human troop. But reality mocked it. Its opponents had the boat of Mausoleum and Black Prison Tower, which were two supreme true treasures palaces, so there was no way it could counterattack. Therefore, its initial plans added up to failure. After it had transformed into a silver snake merely 10,000 kilometers long, Dream Demon Ancestor's speed quickly soared at such a rate that it instantly surpassed the limit of the speed of light. It moved so fast that the naked eye could not see it. Only by probing around the domain with one's godly power could there be any hope of detecting Dream Demon Ancestor, who was moving at such a terrifying speed. This is what we call a Universe Supreme Master. Luo Feng, Penggong Master, and Darkness Master were all sighing in their hearts. Prior to the battle, they had devised strategic plans because they did not feel that dealing with the demons would be easy. Just a Dream Demon Ancestor in its shrunken form, with its ability to surpass the speed of light and travel at such an unrestrained speed, it would be unstoppable. There would be no way they could restrain it. It could arrive at any critical spot on the battlefield immediately as it pleased. Get lost. The silver snake let out a roar and immediately crashed into the Black Prison Tower. Black Prison Tower reeled backward as it was thrown off its track. It's too fast. Luo Feng and Penggong Master looked at one another. After the silver snake crashed right into Black Prison Tower, it stopped, suspended in midair. The 12 Universe Masters who were hiding within the gigantic vessel flew over and landed on the neck of Dream Demon Ancestor. All their godly bodies were maintained at a size of around 10,000 kilometers. Humans. Dream Demon Ancestor's icy gaze swept the surroundings. I have underestimated you all. However, without any Universe Supreme Master, the control rights of this fight lies with me. Now, I have decided that I shall deal with you all slowly, one after the other. Dream Demon Ancestor's gaze swept the humans and stopped at Pengong Master. First on the list will be you. Dream Demon Ancestor moved instantly. Its speed was so fast that it was terrifying. Pengong Master, on the other hand, let out an angry growl. He was holding on to Yang Jun Rod, which suddenly expanded as large as 1,000,000 kilometers. Then it mightily swept outward all at once. Time and space shattered to shards as Yang Jun Rod and Dream Demon Ancestor's tail crashed into one another. Dream Demon Ancestor was hit so hard that it was sent flying backward. Likewise, Pengong Master was forced to retreat a short distance. If this was Universe Ocean, do you think you would be my match? Dream Demon Ancestor roared in rage, full force attack. Yes, Ancestor. Yes. Meet your doom, Pengong. Meet your doom. The handful of Demon Universe Masters on the neck of its godly body attacked at the same time. At that moment, be it a far-range spiritual weapon attack, an enlarged blade hacking from afar, a soul-enforced attack, or an illusion attack, everything was thrown over at the same time, targeting Pengong Master in the distance. Sinking into the darkness, Black Prison Tower flew over and once again, it unleashed endless black ripples and tried to exert its influence over the 12 Universe Masters. Suppress. Luo Feng commanded in a low voice. Golden Kingdom and Snow Sand Ocean exerted their influence to suppress at the same time. Breaking free from everything, Dream Demon Ancestor roared. Instantly, all its godly power surged. At that moment, the surrounding time and space trembled and eventually became contorted. Its strong godly power was trembling. Time and again, it was hit by impacts, yet it could still turn the tables on the incoming force from Golden Kingdom and Snow Sand Ocean and force its suppression over them instead. Even the black ripples from Black Tower Prison had all been completely suppressed by it. The 12 Universe Masters were not the least bit affected. At the same time, all their attacks were directed at Pengong Master, who was trying his best to ward off the various hits with his Yang Jun Rod to no avail. His wits had been beaten out of him. After all, when the 12 Universe Masters joined forces without being under any influence, the strength they released was truly more terrifying than what a Universe Supreme Master was capable of. Ha ha ha. You are the first to be annihilated. Dream Demon Ancestor yelled as its speed soared at a terrifying rate. Right away, it charged toward Pengong Master. It was Dream Demon Ancestor, and the 12 Demon Universe Masters under its command were all joining forces. Even if Pengong Master had Yang Jun Rod, there was no escape from being sealed and suppressed. Do you really think you can fight us without a Universe Supreme Master? Humans, you're dead. Laughable humans. Under the neck of the Silver Snake, the Universe Masters of the Demon race were all making attacks with all their strength. They also transmitted their voices, roaring. They appeared confident. With the help of Dream Demon Ancestor and their maximum power, even Supreme True Treasures couldn't stop them. Dream Demon Ancestor spun her tail. The giant snake tail grew several million kilometers long, like a soft whip lashing through space, as if it divided space in half. As for Pengong Master, he could barely resist the attacks from the 12 Universe Masters from the Demon race. Pengong Master rolled over. He bounced away, yet his speed surged to light speed. Even though Luo Feng all fought seemingly at light speed, they were still slightly slower than light speed. Yet Pengong Master reached light speed and was transferred into the Dark Universe. Darkness Master smiled. Come. Let's go, said Luo Feng. They both surpassed the speed and entered the Dark Universe. Dark Universe. Dream Demon Ancestor was already 10 million kilometers long. The Universe Masters around it looked tiny. It's useless. Demon Ancestor, we can't give them any chance. Kill them. Dream Demon Ancestor stopped resisting the attraction from the Dark Universe. She left the original universe and entered the Dark Universe. In the virtual universe, on the long stone desk of Hugh Jack's godly palace, sat all the Universe Masters. But the seat of Hugh Jack's was empty. Although the Universe Masters were fighting, they could communicate through the virtual universe and cooperate with each other. "I've already felt the power of Dream Demon Ancestor," said Pengong Master. "I know how powerful a Universe Supreme Master is now. If I'm encircled by Dream Demon Ancestor and the 12 Universe Masters again, I won't be able to resist it." Darkness Master frowned. "It's difficult to fight Universe Supreme Masters." Luo Feng nodded. "It's indeed incredible. After all, Universe Supreme Masters were at a different level. The original universe presented restrictions for them. 1. They could only maintain 10,000 times the gene level of Universe Masters. 2. The limit of attacks was top-tier level 6. 3. If they killed a Universe Master, they would be punished. 4. The origin of the original universe wouldn't back down, and their privilege to make their orders strictly enforced would be taken away. However, when it comes to assisting skills like the 10,000 times life gene level and the flying technique at Universe Supreme Master level, they wouldn't be restricted, as they hadn't reached level 6, even though its speed was 10 times or even 100 times light speed. Like resisting the attraction from the Dark Universe, these were all just assisting skills. With them, Universe Supreme Masters were very difficult to deal with. Other great beings would be transferred to the Dark Universe once they reached light speed, but Universe Supreme Masters could remain in the original universe at 10 times or even 100 times light speed. This was their power. "It's time," said Darkness Master in a low voice. "I've been using Black Prison Tower and performed sinking into the darkness. I haven't used my real power yet." "We haven't either." Longyang Master, Huangjian Master, Voidgold Master, and Qingdong Master all yelled. "Me neither." Luo Feng smiled. Just like Darkness Master, he only used his assisting skills. Pengong Master smiled. So did all the Universe Masters. It was true. The human race hadn't utilized their power yet. The fight against the demon race might only be the first fight in the entire war. First, they needed to intimidate other powers. Second, they wanted to know more about the power of Universe Supreme Masters through that fight so they could be more experienced. That was why they didn't show their true power. However, they had already learned enough about Universe Supreme Masters. Pengong Master smirked. "Crush them. Make them fear. Make the demon race regret it. Kill. Kill. Kill." The 15 beings couldn't hold back anymore. Inside the Dark Universe, Pengong Master, Luo Feng, Black Prison Tower, and Boat of Mausoleum appeared one by one. Although they were far away from each other in the original universe, they were together in the Dark Universe. After all, the Dark Universe was tens of millions of times smaller than the original universe. They were around 100 million kilometers away from each other, yet in the Dark Universe, Luo Feng and Pengong Master were less than 10 kilometers from each other. It was like nothing to them. Luo Feng waved his hand and put away Boat of Mausoleum. Luo Feng, Pengong Master, and Darkness Master stood side by side in the Dark Universe. They were all moving forward slowly, as they would be transferred back to the original universe if they stopped. There were light spots all around the space. "They're coming," said Luo Feng. "Humph. The demon race." Pengong Master sneered. Darkness Master looked aloof. The 12 Universe Masters and the giant snake also showed up in the space, and the 12 Universe Masters stood on the neck of the silver snake. They were all less than 10 kilometers from Luo Feng. Its tail spun, and it could easily touch Luo Feng. The giant snake said, "You've been fighting in the original universe, so I thought you wouldn't want to enter the Dark Universe." "Haha. Dream Demon Ancestor." Luo Feng shook his wings and laughed. "In this Dark Universe, we can easily surpass light speed. There's no limit, which means your advantage will be significantly curbed. Why wouldn't we enter? Did you really think we would just stay there and be crushed by you? Significantly curbed? How arrogant," the silver snake roared. "Do you really think you can be as fast as me? You must know, you'll still be defeated even in the Dark Universe." The silver snake abruptly sped up. His acceleration speed is much faster than ours. No wonder he can move faster than light speed even in the original universe, Luo Feng exclaimed. We've fully prepared. Hit them hard. Take them down. Down with the demon race. The universe masters from the human race were all excited to see Dream Demon Ancestor and the others charging at them. The giant snake body of Dream Demon Ancestor left a giant curve in the sky with her long snake tail. It slashed at Luo Feng, Darkness Master, and Pengong Master. The universe masters from the demon race standing on its neck were also attacking him. But Luo Feng, Darkness Master, and Pengong Master weren't afraid. Instead, they were thrilled. Black Prison Tower appeared in front of Darkness Master, and under the godly power of Darkness Master, it kept spinning. Countless engravings appeared. Light flowed, and the engravings were changed into black light, concentrating at the tip of Black Prison Tower. The tower tip turned darker, then changed into nothing before it started to shine with white light. The black pyramid was gleaming. It hit the body of Dream Demon Ancestor, and it bounced away. Kill. Darkness Master shouted, and his team members appeared. Kill. Luo Feng also yelled, and his team members appeared. Kill. Pengong Master yelled. 12 human universe masters dashed toward the demon race with Luo Feng, Pengong Master, and Darkness Master. Although Luo Feng had 12 members, some of them had brought multiple bodies, so there were 16 figures in total. As for the demon race, they needed to concentrate if they wanted to use the supreme techniques, so none of them had brought additional bodies, as they would have distracted them. The human race was encircled and at an impasse, which was why many of them had brought multiple bodies. Dream Demon Ancestor, who was hit and bounced away, was also hit by Yang Jun Rod. Kill. Yang Jun Rod struck again as if slashing the dark universe. Although Dream Demon Ancestor tried to fight, it dove down, and the universe masters on its body all fell as well. Ice Seal. Nightmare. Extinction 10,000 levels. Dragon Go My Heart. The attacks were all quick. Just when the universe masters all fell off Dream Demon Ancestor's body when it was hit by Black Prison Tower and Pengong Master's Yang Jun Rod, the universe masters from the human race all started to perform the techniques they were most proud of. Golden Country and Ice Sand Ocean were binding the demons, especially after having lost their protection from Dream Demon Ancestor. They had a hard time resisting the siege by the universe masters from the human race. Luo Feng. Luo Feng. Pengong Master and Darkness Master both looked to Luo Feng. Demon race. Luo Feng had his 4 wings opened, and his speed surged in the dark universe. Besides, they were fairly close to each other, and he had been the last one to make attacks after Darkness, Pengong, and the other 12 universe masters. Luo Feng put his hands on Blood Shadow Blade. Blood Shadow Blade, this is the first time I have used you. Demon race. The blade was drawn. This video will end here.